imagine holding a phone that changes everything. No more compromises. No more annoying lines on your screen. And most importantly, no more worrying about your battery dying before dinner. For years, we have watched foldable phones enter the market with big promises and even bigger flaws. We saw the screens crack, the hinges loosen, and the batteries fail to keep up with the massive displays. But Apple has been sitting in the background, watching every mistake their competitors made. Now, the wait is finally over. The iPhone Fold is coming, and it is designed to fix every single problem that has held foldable technology back. This isn't just another iPhone. This is the biggest upgrade in the history of the smartphone. Apple is not entering this market just to be part of a trend. They aren't doing it because of pressure from Samsung or Google. They are doing it because they believe they have finally solved the engineering puzzles that no one else could. The two biggest complaints about foldables have always been the short battery life and the visible crease in the middle of the screen. If you have ever used a folding phone, you know the feeling of seeing that ugly dent every time the light hits it. You also know the stress of watching your battery percentage drop rapidly because that huge internal screen eats up so much power. Apple is targeting these two issues head-on to make sure their foldable is the best in the world. Let's talk about the battery first, because the numbers are truly shocking. Fresh reports suggest that Apple is testing a massive 5,500 mAh battery for the iPhone Fold. To understand how big that is, you have to look at Apple's history. Even the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max, which is expected to be a giant of a phone, is only rumored to have a 5,200 mAh battery. If these reports are true, the iPhone Fold will feature the largest battery ever put inside an iPhone. Apple understands that a foldable phone is essentially a small tablet. You are going to use it for multitasking, watching high-definition videos, and running heavy apps. All of that requires a massive amount of energy. By putting in a 5,500 mAh cell, Apple is making a clear statement. They want battery life to be a reason why you buy the phone, not a reason why you avoid it. They want you to have true all-day power, even if you are using that big internal screen for hours on end. But the battery is only half the story. The real magic that Apple is working on is the display itself. For years, the crease has been the biggest stigma around foldable phones. No matter how much Samsung or OnePlus improves their hinges, that line is still there. It makes the technology feel immature, like a prototype that isn't quite finished. Apple is reportedly pushing for a near crease-free display. This is perhaps the hardest engineering problem in the entire mobile industry. It requires a perfect mix of flexible glass, a specialized hinge mechanism, and internal reinforcements. If Apple manages to remove or significantly hide that crease, every other foldable on the market will instantly look and feel outdated. When you unfold your iPhone, it should look like one solid, perfect sheet of glass. That is the Apple standard. They are also looking at the tiny details that make a huge difference in how a phone feels. Leaks show that Apple is moving the volume buttons higher on the frame. This might sound like a small change, but it's actually very smart. When a phone is unfolded and becomes wider, your hands sit in a different position. Moving the buttons makes the device more ergonomic and easier to use with one hand or two. They are also reinforcing the internal chassis and improving the hinge durability. One of the biggest fears people have about foldables is that they will break after a few months of opening and closing. Apple is building this phone to last for years, not just months. They want it to be as rugged and reliable as the standard iPhone you have in your pocket right now. My best opinion on this product is that it represents a massive shift for Apple. Usually, Apple is very conservative. They wait until a technology is perfect before they touch it. The fact that they are now testing such high-capacity batteries and advanced screens tells me that they are finally confident. This iPhone Fold could be the device that finally convinces the average person to switch to a foldable. It takes away the fear factor of fragile screens and weak batteries. If Apple delivers on these promises, they won't just be selling a phone, they will be defining the next 10 years of mobile technology. It is a bold move, and it looks like it's going to pay off in a huge way. The consistency of these leaks suggests that serious internal testing is happening right now. This doesn't look like a rushed project. It looks deliberate and calculated. Apple is focusing on three main pillars: real all-day battery life, extreme durability, and a clean, beautiful display experience. They are solving the problems that have kept mainstream buyers in the USA and around the world from making the switch. When this phone eventually hits the shelves, it won't just be a luxury item for tech enthusiasts. It will be a high-performance machine that changes how we work and play. The era of the compromised foldable is ending, and the era of the iPhone Fold is about to begin. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon.